Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us in 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. And a quick look at some of the numbers for him.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved. A sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Hardy is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Barnes. Then it's Alexander Sarr. And it's Flagg in at the 3. And for New Orleans, we've got Keefe. King is out there with Marks. And it's Gomez in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the shot is good. What a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Keefe's shot is good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Sarr sets the screen for Barnes. Pass to Flagg. Here's Sarr. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
King outside. Here is Keefe. Here's Gomez. Covered by Sarr. Gomez's shot is good.
Wow, what skill level to get that floater up and in right there. Nicely done.
Dallas with the ball. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
The key when you go into a hostile territory is play with a purpose and stay true to your game plan. That's what they did.
Here's Gomez. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. 2 on the clock. King. Again, the Pelicans score. Last outing for the Pelicans. It was a loss to the Wizards in Washington.
New Orleans. Marks. Personal foul. First team foul.
Sarr the screen. Giddey, no one around him. Trains the three-pointer.
And not a guy who takes a ton of threes, but Giddey can knock them down if you let him.
King against Giddey. And that one is stuffed right through.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
King with it. Headed now by Barnes. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week, Slim.
And the way that he has been able to kind of create something out of nothing for his teammates has been remarkable. Fantastic and timely passing combined with his vision is something that all players should aspire to have.
Mavericks trail by 4. Giddey with the bounce pass. Sarr the screen. Down low. And Sarr throws it down.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
And what you love about Cooper Flag, he's committed with playing the game the right way.
Yeah, I mean, even back in middle school, he would binge watch the '86 Celtics, a team known for its high IQ.
Here's Flag. His offensive numbers jump right off the screen at you. He's averaging over 29 points a game. Yep, that one goes in there. Giddey's got 5 points so far.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
King against Giddey. Here's Blackman. Off target from three-point range. The Mavericks have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Pass to Sarr. Shot clock at 6. Shot, high post, and Flag gets it to go on the assist by Sarr. And this game is tied up now.
And how about the start they've gotten off to? They haven't missed once.
Here's Marks. Shoots over Hardy. Again, the Pelicans score.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Here's Sarr. He had 13 points in the win against Memphis.
And then you look at what he did defensively. 4 blocks on the night, and he changed a number of others.
And that one's good. Hardy.
Always has his head up, Giddey unselfish with it.
King outside. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Plenty of daylight on that shot. He has 5.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. While we got a moment, let's now show you the teams that have led the NBA in blocks during the past month. Second, the Mavericks.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
So it's the Mavericks now, trailing by 2. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Here is Keith. 14 points from him the last game against the Wizards in Washington. King outside. Here's Marks. Sinks the triple. Marks has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Pelicans. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Pelicans.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
Here's King. The Mavericks making the shot. Pass to Blackman. Offensive rebound. Back to King. Launches it. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
On the wing, Barnes. He's looking for Sarr and finds him. Giddey against King. Sarr. King with the block. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Substitution for you.
Clock at 4. Here's Flag. Pelicans pull it in.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved he didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Now here's King. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Washington.
And it wasn't just the scoring. His assist numbers tell an even bigger story.
Here's Hardy. Pass to Giddey. Now here's Hardy. Puts up a deep 3. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Pelicans leading by 6. King outside. Shoots over Hardy. Here's Şengün. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Giddey with the screen on Şengün. Sarr gets the bucket.
3.
New Orleans has gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Keefe with a screen on Giddey. From downtown, knocks down the 3-ball. Keefe's got 10.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now here's Giddey. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable.
And if he sniffs the rim, he's attacking. Giddey not messing around when he gets in close like that.
Keefe with a screen on Giddey. Baseline try. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
Pass to Flag. On the wing, Barnes. Now Sarr. Hardy passes to Giddey. From deep. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Fires the 3. And that one's good. Hardy.
For 3.
Hardy's got his second basket.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
Here's Marks. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Barnes, and it's Giddey in the corner. Sarr. It's good on the putback. And now just a 3-point New Orleans lead.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here is Keefe. Craig passes to Keefe. Here's Marks. He's got 10. Bangs home the trifecta. Marks has got 13.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Flag. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Flag's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Nope, so it's both teams making substitutions here. On the floor for Dallas. Barnes out there with Flag. Then there's Hardy. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Sarr in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. We are really in the thick of the regular season now, Greg. You like what you've seen so far?
Absolutely. You can tell that everyone came to play this year. The game just keeps getting more advanced, and the skill level continues to rise.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Şengün hits them both.
Competitive, selfless, and a high basketball IQ. Şengün with the traits every coach loves.
Here's Flag. 20 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he really cashed in at the line. A big chunk of his points came from free throws.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hardy. Not enough on that one as it misses.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Ramsey. No scoring in this one. Pass to Craig. And here's Henderson. And the Pelicans miss again. Here's Flag. Now here's Hardy. Sarr with a screen on Şengün. And Giddey gets it to go.
And I know Giddey would rather shoot threes straight on, but being versatile makes him even more effective.
Pass to Henderson. Now Craig. King left side. And he banks in the layup. King's got 9.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now Sarr. Now Flag. He's got 11. Here's Hardy. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. Pelicans leading by 12. Pass to Ramsey. Now Craig, covered by Barnes. King outside to the middle, and Barnes comes to help. Shots good by Ramsey.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
That is just beautiful ball movement, unselfish basketball.
Sarr with it. Şengün covering. Count that one. Barnes has got his first bucket of the night.
Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
It's Henderson on the wing. He has 5. King, the pass to Henderson. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Ramsey. It's good. Ramsey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better looks, and they are capitalizing.
Here's Sarr. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Şengün's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Back to Craig. King outside. Henderson outside. Over Flag. Out to Henderson.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 seconds.
Second shot opportunity. And it's Flag with the rebound. Flag's got 4 rebounds in this game.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Giddey finds Barnes. Sarr sets the screen for Flag. Pass to Giddey. Here's the 3. Pelicans with the rebound. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
They take on a team they knocked out of the playoffs last season in the conference semis.
Now here's King. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Hardy. And it's King with the rebound.
Just hasn't been his night so far, and if he's unable to find his rhythm, this might be a long night for them.
Flag with it. Now Henderson defending. Giddey the pass to Hardy. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. Pelicans, number 1. Second, the Mavericks.
And how many times have we seen these two clubs force turnovers and then convert at the other end? They really share a lot of similarities.
There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Ramsey. The shot, no good. And Barnes has got the ball here for Dallas. It's a 14-point game. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's Hardy. King with the block. To the inside. Inside. Here's Ramsey. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, he was cold in that first quarter. Now it's great to see him flip that switch and start getting hot here.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Here's Flag. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back right after this.
Good to see you and welcome. A lopsided game through 2 quarters and a big deficit for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, their defensive effort uninspiring, like Kenny's acting career.
Oh, okay. I'm not even going to go through the films that you in. Stay in your lane, brother. Stay in your lane.
New topic. Fellas, we've got a number of strong contenders for this year's three-point contest.
I can see a number of different guys in the three-point contest. Every team in this league has a number of great, good shooters.
Yeah, it's not like when we were playing. You had 1 or 2 guys. Not everyone's shooting the 3.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Pelicans leading by 16. They've got King. Keith is out there with Marks. And it's Gomez in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Marks. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Maverick shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. It's Giddey with the drive. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And battling his way to the finish. Giddey really had to work on that one.
Greg, we have another up-and-comer from down under, Josh Giddey.
I mean, a lot of young talent coming to the NBA by way of Australia. Their great skill development program showing in Giddey, who stands 6'8", but plays like a small point guard.
Mavericks trail by 18. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And that one's good. Hardy.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Now here's King. 11 points in the game. And there's the drive, and it's blocked. To the right side. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Pass to Marks. There's the 3. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
And here's Hardy. Barnes outside. Sarr in the high post. Pelicans pull it in. King's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low, Gomez, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And with the trend, Greg, toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Mavericks trailed by 19. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Barnes passes to Hardy. Dallas moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Marks. He's got 22. King outside. Keefe with a screen on Song. Here's Marks. King, the pass to Gomez. Barnes, right side. Pass to Hardy. Here's Giddey. Flag with it. He's got 11. Out to the right wing. For 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Here's Song and the dunk by Barnes.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
King outside. Pass to Keefe. It's up a 3. And it's Flag with the rebound. Flag's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick... Now Grimes on the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. They've got Flag. He's out there with Quentin Grimes. And it's Holton in at the small forward. Count that bucket. And that's 13 points for Cooper Flag.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's King. Here's Blackman. No good on the triple.
Well, I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
The ball and a strong finish with 2 hands.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Pass to Grimes. And a wide open look for Flag. His 3-pointers off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
King outside. Now Henderson. There's the triple. Buries it from 3-point range.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Holton. Now Grimes. Buries the long-range jumper.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
Here's King. To the paint. Gomez passes to King. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Pelicans lead by 13.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Sarr's checked in. Pass to Luol. To the middle. Sarr finds Grimes. Now here's Williams. Henderson defending. Dallas moving the ball around. Sarr's shot is off.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
King outside. Cotto. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trail by 13. Pass to Sarr. Down low. Out to the wing. Here's Flagg. Plenty of space. Gets a very good look and converts. Flagg's got 4 points now in the quarter. King outside. Cotto. Off target from outside. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Here's Flagg. Williams passes to Sarr. Flagg with it. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
King outside. Henderson outside. There's a good screen. Back to King. Mavericks with the rebound. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Flagg. Here's Sarr. And here is Williams. Henderson defending. Grimes with the bucket.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
And their all-around play has been the key to chipping away at this deficit.
Timeout called Pelicans. So both teams making some changes here. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I listened to the Pelicans coach address his team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Pass to Ramsey. Here's King. Giddey defending. King, the pass to Ramsey. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
They found some room there along the baseline. Some space at the rim. Goes right up and puts it in without resistance.
Here's Hardy. Misses the 3.
Yeah, keeps on shooting, keeps on missing. Maybe time to go in a different direction.
Yep, it counts.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
Giddey, the pass to Sarr. King against Giddey. A 3 ball. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
King against Giddey. King's shot is off.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Here's Flagg. Henderson defending. And that one's good. Flagg. Flagg's got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for the Mavs.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the 3s in time.
Here's Ramsey. Right wing. Here's Keith. And that one swishes right in. Keith's got 23 points.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Now flag. Back to Giddey. And here's Hardy. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And he lays it up and in.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, that's his first three of the half, and now he's got 4 made threes on the night.
Sarr with it. Pass to Hardy. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Lets it go from deep. And it's King with the rebound. King's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Now, here's Şengün. Kick out to King. Now here's Henderson. Inside. Şengün. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Although not the strongest, Şengün has a solid base and incredible footwork.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
And the Pelicans with possession here. The Mavericks making the shot. Here's Marks. Now King. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Flag. Off the glass.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Timeout called Pelicans. Pelicans leading by 5. King outside. Shot clock at 5. And he does not hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Flag with it. Jacks up a 3. Knocks down the 3.
Well, controlling your heart rate in big moments like this is something that coaches talk about, and this guy can do it.
Giddey against King. And they come back with a 3 of their own.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
Now here's Giddey. Down he goes for 3.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth action we're witnessing here right now. I mean, the crowd's going crazy. One moment for one 3-pointer, then they come right back and boom, another. Boy, this is starting to get real.
King with it. Giddey defending. They set the pick. And stolen by Flag. Now Sarr. And he jams it in.
That is world class.
What a huge shot at this point in the game.
Giddey against King. Six on the shot clock. Off target from outside. Now Sarr to take the lead. It's good.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Keefe with a screen on Giddey. From outside, 3. Good.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Now flag. Up top, Giddey. They could win it. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
Flag is out there with Barnes. Then it's Alexander Sarr. Then there's Hardy. And it's Giddey in at the point guard. Now here's King. Keefe with a screen on Giddey. Oh, and he cannot get the layup.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Now Flag fires the three. He drills the three.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
And here is King. Flag with the rebound. Dallas leading by 5. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Sarr.
A big man with a nice shooting stroke. You'll love to see it.
Number 24, Tyson Blackman.
Giddey against King. Sarr sets the screen for Flag. And the 3 misses. The Pelicans have gone 0 for 3 since the end of regulation. Not how they were hoping to start out this overtime period. Now here's King. Here's the screen. Puts up the 3. He slams it down with a one-arm hammer.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
Now here's King. The layup finish off an excellent lead pass.
Well, his production is not in question now if he could just get his teammates involved.
Here's Flag. Giddey sets the pick for Flag.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Now Giddey. Sarr sets the screen for Giddey. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Pelicans trail by 3. King outside.
2 minutes remaining in overtime. 2 minutes.
by Giddey. Now Zaw. Now Giddey. A shot from 6. Count it!
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
Now here's King. There's the pick. The 3 goes down.
And boy, he's really in a good, dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
Here's Flag. Let's lose a 3. Buries the deep ball.
Crushing blow to the host right there. I mean, they were in this game for what felt like only a second before instantly giving that three-pointer.
Now here's King. And another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Now Flag. Giddey fires. And get the 3.
And all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without fouling.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It is nice to have a playmaker who can also get up and finish like that.
Now Flag. Here's Giddey. Here's Saar. Nice use of the glass and the finish.
And I love going to Giddey there at 6'8" with his skill. Josh can get that one off anytime he wants.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. King outside. There's a screen. 6 to shoot. Here he goes. Oh, what a play inside.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Giddey surveying the D. Fires. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we'll be back with you right after this. And with another overtime in front of us, the question is, who will blink first? Nobody wants to give in. A lot of pride now on the line.
Here we go.
Barnes against Keefe. Now Giddey. Now here's Hardy. Here's Giddey. Launches it. It's off target.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Barnes. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone contributing.
King inside. Giddey defending. Barnes rips down the rebound. The Mavericks shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Zaw, and there's the dunk.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now here's King. Keefe with a screen on Giddey. Just 5 on the clock. From 17 feet away, Flag with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
17-foot shot away.
And it's really a tale of two quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall.
Now King. Keith with a screen on Barnes. To take the lead, and here's the three. And you think of the different styles of play. Tim, is there one that you prefer watching?
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play, and I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Oh, the slam dunk.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Now here's Giddey from deep. Knocks down the three.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
King with it. And again, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Here's Flag. A three-pointer. Good.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Up top, King. Giddey defending. Green from outside.
And that's like a body blow answered with another body blow. And these fans go from dejection to deliriousness in a matter of seconds.
Here's Flag. Beyond the arc. And down goes. The three.
Boy, you want to talk about taking the wind out of a crowd's sails there. A three to take the lead just moments after they'd given it up.
Now here's King. Another possession, another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
He has been a sensational playmaker. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Now Flag. Now Giddey for three. It's good.
And if you allow Giddey to get in rhythm, he is more than capable of knocking it down.
King against Giddey. The putback saves him with the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. And Slim picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. It's a one-point game. Flag with it. Barnes outside. Giddey. And here's Hardy. And that's an intentional foul.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a three-point game.
And that could seal it at the line. He looked totally composed the entire time.
Timeout called Pelicans. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick two and a foul.
You're definitely going to have to get a three here and then count on them to miss free throws.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
2 seconds.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, analytics aside, players making important free throws is always valued by their team.
Shoots the three. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. The double overtime game can really take its toll on the players.